At this point, we've almost finished creating our first custom app here in Podio. We've gone through most of these fields, and now we're going to talk about the advanced settings field. There actually isn't too much information here, and it's pretty self-explanatory, so let's kind of jump right in and take a look. If I drop down the advanced settings field, you'll notice that we have a few options. The first one is how should your app be displayed? So earlier in this video series, when we talked about our different views when viewing data in an app, I talked about, depending on the information in an app, you might want to use the table view, the badge view, the stream view, and so forth. So you can actually set up the default view that will be associated with this app that we're creating in Podio. So this is a project app. Sometimes for projects, the badge view actually works pretty well, but I tend to like the table view for most items in Podio. So I'm going to choose table. It's really up to you, depends on the situation. Remember that you can always go ahead and pick a view, save your app, take a look at how the data looks, and if you don't like it, you can go back in and you can re-edit the app to change which default view you're going to use. Then down here at the bottom, you'll notice we have a few other settings. Can files be attached? So in Podio, when members fill out a new item, a new app item, so in this case, when they add a new project to our projects app, they have the option of attaching files, which can be really useful, especially in the case of a new project. Maybe there's a whole project overview or project proposal that somebody has written. They could go ahead and they could upload that to this app so that when somebody reviews the project, they can go ahead and they can read through the entire project overview. So you can choose whether or not you want files to be attached. As you can see, by default, they are attached. And then the other options we have are do not post new items into the stream and do not post item edits into the stream. So by default, when somebody adds a new item to this app or when somebody edits an item in this app, it's going to show up in the workspaces activity stream, as we looked at way earlier on in this video series. So we see all the activity that's going on within our organization. Well, maybe we've got an app that really isn't that important and things are being added and edited all the time so much that it would almost look like spam in our activity stream. We're going to see Anson edited this app 20 times in an hour, and it's just going to really hide all of the other activity going on within our organization. So in that particular situation, we might want to check these checkboxes to make it so that new items and edits are not posted to the activity stream. In this case, I'm going to leave those unchecked because we do want to see new items. If a new project is added, I want to see that in my activity stream. And then the last option we have in the Advanced Settings tab here is whether or not we want our members to receive notifications for when they follow this app. So you can follow an app in Podio, which means every time something is added or edited within that app, you will get a notification up here in the top right of your screen, like I talked about way earlier in the first section of this video series. So again, if a lot of activity is going on with this app and it's maybe minor things that aren't that important, you might not want users to get notifications every time. Now, they can always unfollow an app. So they can also change it individually for each one of them. But maybe as a whole, you just don't want them to get notified. You can go ahead and hit that checkbox. And then I'm also going to cover the instructions section of creating a custom app here in Podio in this video because there really isn't much down here. If I drop this section down, you'll see that you just have two text boxes, one area to enter a description of the particular app. So I could say this app will be used for new project submissions. And then I could enter some instructions for my users. If they're adding a new project, I could say, make sure that you fill out all fields applicable to the project so that they know what they need to do when filling out a new item in this app. Now, you might have some very detailed instructions. This is obviously just an example. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit Save App. And in the next video, we're going to take a look at our completed app so we can see what everything looks like on the front end after we've customized it to our liking.